maybe you can bring something positive out of it. The last thing we have to say is that this is a very encouraging, safe environment for everyone to experience their new or to get out of their limitations and to experience a new realm of public speaking. So feel free to speak whenever you're asked to. Feel free to volunteer in the table topics segment. And other than that, I just wish you all have a great fun tonight, and I'll hand the mic over to our president, Mr. Ashraf Youssef.
Thank you so much, Wala. You have been missed, and please do not go away again, okay? I will get this ship, okay? All right. Thank you so much. All right, thank you all so much for coming today. My name is Ashraf Youssef. I am currently serving as the president of Cairo Toastmasters. I work as a project engineer for a Canadian construction company, and I have been in Toastmasters for the past 5 years, and Toastmasters has completely changed my life. I mean, this is a fact, and I am thankful for it, and this is why I am very passionate about being here with you guys today. So, what is Toastmasters? Toastmasters is a multinational organization that is dedicated to helping people develop their public speaking skills. All right? This organization is available all around the world in 149 countries, all around the world. It is absolutely incredible the reach that this organization has. It has over 16,000 clubs all around the world and over 350,000 members. So you could see how big this network is and how big of an impact this organization is having. This organization helps people develop their speaking skills. Why? Why speaking? And why, from all of the skill sets that we as human beings can learn, like music, like art, like video editing, like engineering, like whatever, all of these different skills are not comparable to the importance of communication skills. Communication skills, in my opinion, is the single most important thing that we will ever develop, because we do this every single day. We communicate when we're going to work, when we're inside work, when we're at home, when we're going to the club, when we're meeting our friends, when we're going to see a movie. We use communication all the time. It is not just in public speaking situations. We use it all the time in work and everywhere else. So developing communication skills is like improving your overall performance as a human being, whether at your work or at home or with your friends. So this is why it is incredibly important to be here and to develop your public speaking with Toastmasters. So what is the difference between a guest and a member? So I am a member, and Wala is a member, and Noor is a member. All of us, we are members in Toastmasters. So we are able to speak in front of you guys as members, and we are able to take on roles. We are able to speak and take on speaking roles. We're able to take the table topic section roles. So we have the opportunity to speak in front of an audience. This helps us practice in front of an audience and helps us develop more in public speaking. So this is what the true value of Toastmasters is, and why it's amazing to become a member with Toastmasters. So what does a guest do? So a guest maybe is someone who just heard about Toastmasters, maybe from a friend or on WhatsApp or on Facebook or so on, and they're just here to see what Toastmasters is all about. What are you guys doing? So what does a meeting consist of? So if you are a guest, then I highly encourage you all to become members with Toastmasters in order to get the true value of this organization. So thank you all so much for coming, and let me ask you a few questions about public speaking. So I encourage you guys to turn on your cameras and to actually participate with these questions, because the more you speak, the better you become. All right. So the first question is, I must write the whole speech before presenting. I must write the whole speech before presenting in a presentation. Now, I've heard this a few times. A lot of people actually do this. They write down their whole speech, introduction, middle, conclusion, so on, in order to be confident and speak in front of an audience. Do you guys agree with this? Who would like to speak?
No,
yes.
no. No.
Go ahead, Ibrahim.
Actually, the ideal presentation, as we do in our medical presentation, that each slide consists of only 6 lines, and each line consists of 6 words, and you have to give a chance for yourself to explore your thoughts and knowledge, and this is the best way to attract the attention of people, because the audience will be bored by just reading what you are presenting.
Thank you. Yes, Dr. Ahmed.
I think it differs from case to case. If you are presenting some sort of figures, calculations, or equations, you have to write it down and even to read while you are giving your speech. If not, in my opinion, just to write notes, not all the speech, just notes, and you speak from the notes. This is much easier for me, for example. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. All right, Noor.
Hi, Ashraf. For me, it depends on the person. If you ask me, I personally prefer to write down everything before I speak, not to memorize the speech, but rather to organize my ideas on paper and know what I'm going to say in general, and then speak from the heart. So I have when I practice and rehearse, I have the speech written down all in front of me. But then when I present the speech, it's from my heart, but I have the words in the background of my head. So for me, I prefer that, yes.
So Noor, if you give a percentage, how much of the speech is organized and how much is it impromptu or on the spot speaking?
80% organized and 20% impromptu.
Interesting. Okay, thank you. Okay, iPhone Suhair.
Yes, hi. So I guess we should actually have just like bullet points or just like quick notes so we can have a quick look at whatever we're going to speak about, just to have like organized ideas. But if we're going to write down the whole speech, this is going to turn into reading, not speaking, because we cannot actually resist the urge of reading whatever we have prepared.
So do you, when you organize, you just write down the bullet points and then you speak in between freely? You don't write down anything else?
Yes.
Fair enough. That's okay, good. Okay, so Nadine.
Yes. Okay, for me, when I like to present something, I like to put specific points, the most important ones, and then I explain each point on my own without actually looking into specific notes or revising something. Because when you actually study or understand very well the topics that we're talking about, you deliver it in the best way possible.
Okay, good. Okay, Muhammad.
Yeah, thank you, Ashraf. I probably said that at one of the Cairo Toastmaster events a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that I believe that if you write everything, every detail on a piece of paper, then when you're giving the presentation, you will be attached to that piece of paper and you will not be present in the moment. That's what I believe in. I've also gotten the feedback from a lot of people who have seen me give a prepared speech that was written, everything was written down on the piece of paper, and they have seen me give a speech that was kind of prepared. So I did write the bullet points, but I did not write everything on the piece of paper. And they always say when I give such a speech, when you're not attached to the piece of paper, you seem more natural. You seem in the moment. You can interact better. So that's what I believe in. However, recently I spoke to a champion, one of the champions. He had won the area and he got second in the region. And he told me that one of his speeches he had rehearsed 300 times. And he says, at some point when you rehearse so many times, you and the speech become one. I have never done that in my life. So it's something that I have yet to discover, because I always believe, no, it's you prepare everything, every single word, it doesn't become so good. But well, maybe if I rehearse 300 times, that I can become one with the speech and like that I can give a good speech. So it's something that I want to discover.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad. Thank you. All right, Kareem.
Actually, sorry. I'll just say one quick thing. That makes a lot of sense to me because I over prepare. So maybe that's why I prefer to write the speech down before I speak, because I over prepare. So it makes sense.
Can I just say something here really very quickly? I gave a speech here a few weeks ago. Keep going. I'm not sure if you still remember the speech. And at one of the clubs, I gave the same speech, and it was okay. It was not so bad, but it was prepared. I had written everything down on the piece of paper, and I was just following the paper. I'm not sure if you remember that, Ashraf and the rest. But then on that event with the other club, after I gave that speech, I had given also an improvised speech, and the people told me the improvised speech was better. You made more impact, and you were more emotional with that speech. And this is why I keep doubting if writing it down would be the best way. But yeah, maybe rehearsing it so many times would solve this issue.
Interesting, and yeah, I'm so interested. Like, and you guys have a lot of experience. And Noor has a lot of experience, and Muhammad has a lot of experience. But there's two different ways. There's no right answer. So that's very intriguing to me. All right, Kareem, go ahead.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm so happy that I'm sharing you this conversation today, and actually submit a so important point about presentation, how to present well. Actually, we are in Argentina to prepare ourselves well before any presentation. I try to organize the ideas in our mind well and to save everything and search for everything in your presentation. That's very important thing. So I think that's very important to care about the eyes of your audience and to care about their brains, their minds. How to attract them during your presentation. That's very important thing. How to be persuasive, how to be convincing when you want to reach your information and to present well. So I think you should prepare main ideas or essential ideas in a paper or something like that. But I think you should improvise well, or to master improvising skill. That's very important thing, because it's more persuasive than to read from a paper or sheet or something like that. So actually, we are in Argentina to know how to improvising well and how to renew our ideas. Maybe you can catch a lot of ideas during your presentation. I think during your presentation, that's very important to invite these ideas and to master that. This, I think, difficult skill. This will be more persuasive for you when you look at the eyes of your audience, and that's, I think, make you make you better than you read everything from a paper or something like that, because actually they gonna get you hesitance during your presentation. So actually that's my vision. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Kareem. Thank you so much. So okay, so it's very interesting that you guys have different opinions about this topic. So some of you decide to write down 80%, some of you write down 100%, some of you write down just the bullet points. It's very interesting that different people choose to organize their speeches in different ways. So yeah, I mean, I personally, I prefer the bullet points technique because it gives you freedom to improvise between these bullet points. I mean, I like to speak in the moment. I like to be with the audience. I like to focus on the message. So by doing that, I am free to be here with you guys and not up here thinking too much about, okay, did I say this? So is this word correct? I mean, this is too much. I mean, it's bad to me, yeah. All right, next question. The most important part of a speech is the introduction. Do you guys agree with his statement? The most important part of the whole speech is the introduction. So iPhone Suhair.
I don't think so. I think it's the conclusion, or when you wrap up the whole presentation or the whole speech or the whole thing, because this is what sticks to the audience mind. People usually forget the beginning. That's what I think.
That's good. That's a good idea. Yes. Okay. Anyone else? Diabet Zakaria.
Hello, can you hear me? Good evening, everyone. Yes, thank you. I didn't introduce myself because I came a little bit late. And my name is Diabet Zakaria from Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. And regarding this question, I think it depends on the type of speech you're gonna deliver. If you're gonna deliver a long speech or a very short speech. And for me, for a short speech, the beginning is very important. But for a very long speech, the end is very important because people can sit for, imagine 20-minute speech. So we technically or totally forget your beginning, but the last word, your last 30 seconds is very important. This is what I can say regarding this question. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Dr. Ahmed, go ahead.
Yes, I think introduction together with the conclusion, because in the introduction, you give an idea to the audience what you are going to say to them. And the conclusion, as our friend said, it gives an impression to the audience and they will never forget the last words you are saying in the speech. Thank you.
Thank you. Interesting. Okay, Malak, go ahead.
Well, hello to you all. Happy March. It's the month of women. And to answer your question, I believe a lead-in, an introduction is just a lead-in to grab the attention of an audience. So simply, if you would like to give them some time to prepare themselves for the main idea of your topic, so you use the introduction. And I believe that our new generation circumstances are all to doing everything in a hurry up base. So now they really don't care about the introduction. They go ahead into the main point. So this is the most important part, I believe, in my point of view.
All right, thank you, Malak. Okay, so last question, Ibrahim, go ahead.
I think introduction is important to draw the attention of the audience. But the most important is the conclusion, that the final words that remain in the memory of the audience.
I agree. Honestly, I agree with you guys. I think that the conclusion is the most important thing. People will forget what you say, people will forget what you do, but people will never forget how you make them feel. And the most important thing is to make them feel good at the end. So that is the most important part, in my opinion, of the entire speech. All right, so thank you guys so much for interacting and having fun with me. Let's get right to the meeting. Okay, so let me share my screen in order to share with you guys today's agenda. Can you guys please mute your mics, please? Thank you. We have a street, someone in the street has a lot of noises.
I think it's Mahmoud.
Mahmoud.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mahmoud. All right. So today we have the Toastmasters meeting is comprised of 3 sections. There is the prepared speeches, as you can see here. We have today. So today we have 3 speakers, Wala, Nurihan, and Gheda. And after that, we have the fun part of our meeting, which is the table topic section. We have Rana Ashraf, who will be leading this part. Anyone in this meeting is able to participate in the table topic section. they're able to speak for 2 minutes according to the timer of the meeting. And finally, we have the evaluation section, which is we have Temwa, Dana, and Amal who will be evaluating the 3 speakers listed above. So I would like to invite the timer to tell us about her role for today. So Dina, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It is so good to see you all tonight. Hi, everyone. I see a lot of hands.
Hi, Gina. Hi, Gina.
How are you doing?
Good, good,
Good to
Yeah.
see you all.
Great.
Ashraf, by the way, I had an answer to your previous question, but you ignored my hand, okay? So this is unacceptable, okay? Yes. I'm going to let it slide this time, okay? All right. So anyway, it is good to see each and every one of you tonight. Tonight, I will be your timer. Now, the timer is so important because it is crucial that we all respect time. We have a very strict agenda to follow. So we have to make sure that we fall within the brackets so we don't fall behind schedule. Now, we do have a few speeches this evening. The speeches are supposed to be between 5 to 7 minutes. Basically, I have 3 props that I'm going to be using. So speakers, whether you're prepared speakers, table topic speakers, evaluators, pin me. So you can go ahead and just kind of be on the lookout when I raise my cards. So the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. At 6 minutes, I will be raising the green card. This means you're at 6 minutes. At 6 minutes, 30 seconds, I will be raising my yellow sharpener just because I lost my yellow card. And then at 7 minutes, I'm going to be raising my red card. Okay. Now we're going to have a 30-second grace period, which means that if you're around 4 minutes, 30 seconds, that's okay. If you're around 7 minutes and 30 seconds, that's okay as well. All right. So try not to go below 4 minutes, 30 seconds and not to go beyond 7 minutes, 30 seconds. All right. That's as far as our prepared speakers.
ليلى اقعدي مفيش حاجة اسمها كده.
Miss Nada, could you please mute yourself? Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Moving on to our table topic speakers. You guys are going to be delivering impromptu speeches from 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'm going to be raising my green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'm going to be raising my yellow sharpener. And then at 2 minutes, I'm going to be raising my red card, all right? Delving into the evaluation portion of the meeting, it's gonna be 2 to 3 minutes, okay? That's okay, Nada, don't worry about it. Okay, evaluations 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'm going to be raising my green card. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'm going to be raising my yellow sharpener. And then at 3 minutes, I'm going to be raising my red card. Speakers, remember to pin me, please, so you could be aware of what's going on and not lose track of time. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dina. So guys, we have a missing grammarian. Would anyone from the Toastmasters community would like to become today's grammarian? Anyone available? Yes, Muhammad. Amazing. Thank you. Okay, so Muhammad, think of a word for today's meeting very quickly, and I will get back to you after the counter, okay? Perfect. All right, so next we have the counter. Our counter for today is Noor al-Nahlawi. Noor is a pharmacist, and she is also a medical coach. So please welcome Noor al-Nahlawi.
Hello again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. The purpose of the counter role is not to embarrass anyone. The purpose of this role is to count your filler words, which are words like yani, words that are not supposed to be there, and they make you words that make you less confident. So I'm supposed to count those words for you so that you get to know where you stand and you improve the next time. I will say my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noor. All right, Muhammad, you ready?
Fellow Toastmasters, I am glad to be able to be your grammarian tonight. I will get the opportunity to comment on good use of the language, but then in some instances where I think there might be a better use of the language, that the language can be used better, I'm going to report that at the end of this meeting. Now, the word of the day. The word of the day that I'm going to introduce right now is a word that I hope you can use in your speeches during your talks. What is the use of this? If you can do this, it gives you the opportunity to be able to improvise. And that's a very interesting power. The word of the day is plethora. And plethora means a lot of something. Let me give you an example. Plethora of possibilities. In other words, a lot of possibilities. Plethora is the word of the day. Try to use it in your talks, and I will be counting it, and I will report that at the end of the meeting.
So we have a plethora of people today in our meeting. So of course, it's important to use this word and to help Muhammad with his journey. Thank you, Muhammad. All right. Next off, okay, that's it for the GTA team. Let us get started with today's speeches. So you guys remember, we have prepared speeches and then the, all right, perfect. Our first speaker is Wala Othman, and she will be evaluated by Temwa Gondwe. Temwa is a top executive at the African Import and Export Bank. Temwa, please tell us what Wala will be doing today.
Thank you very much. Can you see me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Greetings to all. I'm happy this evening to be evaluating Wala's speech. Wala has a plethora of experience in giving speeches, so this is an honor for me as well. Her speech title is One Call Away, and we should all be looking out for her vocal variation. It's a speech in which she wants to speak in a manner that captures us from her vocal variation. So, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, let's welcome Wala. Wala, you have the floor. Thank you.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, you know you're not alone. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. It was New Year's Eve 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the couch with my friend Aisha, and we were munching on some snacks, watching the TV, and all these cracking sounds of fireworks outside were just bombing everything. The atmosphere was so festive. When this song by Charlie Puth came on the TV, I was enjoying the beat, enjoying the lyrics and the rhythm, when Aisha calmly intoned, "Why are they talking about me?" I laughed and looked at her. "Talking about you? No one's talking about you." And I started dancing again to the music. Then her voice came again. "Why is there a number 4 on the screen?" I squinted, looking for a number 4, knowing that this is getting serious. There is no number 4 on the screen. It's just a song. But then why are they looking for me? Why is everyone talking about me, mentioning my name? I shrieked, knowing that there is something utterly wrong with her. And this plethora of emotions just held me a hostage of this feeling. I looked at her, cupped her face, took her in my arms, rocked her back and forth, tried desperately to calm her down. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and anyone who is fighting their own battles. Anyone who has ever felt cuffed, who has ever felt that their minds were given up on them, that their mental health was not theirs anymore. I know most of us come from a culture that demonize people with mental illness. We always try to, if we feel that something is wrong with us, we try to shun it away, to conceal it, to hide it, to never talk about it. Don't mention it. They'll say you're crazy. Don't talk about it. They'll never trust you. Conceal it. They think it's contagious. And so we grow up thinking that mental illness is a boogeyman. I should be scared of. I should never talk about it. It goes away when it goes away. And now working with kids is such a fun thing, until you realize that this is a structured approach that we are bringing our children up on. I saw a kid the other day crying, and I go to him, Adam, why are you crying? I won't say, miss. Adam, why won't you say? Because I'm strong, miss. You think being strong is not telling me why you're sad? That's what mom said, miss. And so I looked at him in his eyes and I started talking to him. And at the end, we figured it out because he opened up about it. And it looked like it's a structured approach and a behavior that we are planting in our kids from a young age, to never say what makes them sad until it grows in their heads and it creates this mental problem that they can't get out of. But this reminded me again of my situation with Aisha. I remember that 5 years ago, I cupped her face, rocked her back and forth, and tried to understand what's wrong. And I said, Aisha, calm down. But there's still something wrong. And you need attention, medical intervention. And that day, she, after a myriad of visits to psychiatrists and psychotherapists, she was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And that day, it was there in front of me, one of the illusions and imaginations she sees. It is a true story. Wish I was making that up, though I changed the name. That day, when she was diagnosed with schizophrenia, I also knew about someone else who was suffering from severe chronic anxiety. So I went to them excited, saying, look, she got herself diagnosed. Why don't you go? But I was met with, don't you ever mention this again. And though the person, my friend with schizophrenia, is doing good with medication, even though schizophrenia is way harder to deal with than an anxiety. It is almost never cured. But it's because our fears hold us back. When we tell our friends we're okay on the chat, we're kind of tricking our minds and our brains that we're in a state of happiness that doesn't exist. We're climbing down a ladder of stress when we were long ago at the bottom. I'm here with a message that we will never be able to live someone else's life. We'll never be able to shed our skin and put on someone else's. and will never be able to walk in someone else's shoes. No one will fight your demons. So talk about it. Call your friends. Express it. Speak your truth and speak your mind. And always remember that we are one call away. Mr. Toastmaster.
Round of applause, guys, because that was amazing. Well done. Super proud. Wow. That was really great. Thank you so much, Wallet. And we got, guys, don't panic, okay? Don't panic. Wallet has been here for almost 6 years, and she did not reach this level from yesterday, okay? She's been here for a long time, and she deserves the level that she's in right now. Well done, Wallet. Thank you. All right, our next speaker is Nurihan Abdelbari, and her speech title is Mosquito. 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 So her evaluator is Dana Nashawati. So Dana, please tell us what you will be doing today.
Yes, good evening again. This is the project for understanding your communication style, and the purpose for this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. The second purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of his and her style on others. Best of luck.
Thank you so much, Dana. So please welcome Nurihan Abdelbari. Her speech title is Mosquito.
Thank you, Ashraf and Dana. I have a question for all of you. Have you ever felt small? Can I make an impact in the world? Can one person really make a difference? Can an action, just one action, make an impact? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you back to a story where all these questions are going to be answered. When I was in school, I was faced with a major dilemma. One of our favorite teachers, he was very kind, but during a classroom, he expressed a rather political and religious opinion. And of course, he has every right to express his opinion, but maybe not in front of a classroom full of students. Not in front of a classroom full of students who the first thing they do is run and react everything to their parents. Well, unfortunately, one student actually did so. And the parents, when they found out, they got furious. And they spoke to all the other parents, and they spoke to all the other teachers, and decided to go to the principal office the very next day. And that's true. They went rushing to the principal office, asking that that teacher should be suspended, or even worse, possible deportation. That teacher was not living in his hometown, and they were asking that that teacher should go back to their hometown, which I felt was a very exaggerated punishment for a teacher who's been teaching for over 10 years in our school and made a massive impact in every one of us. And then suddenly, after a few weeks, there was no sight of the teacher. What happened to our favorite teacher? No one knew. Absolute silence. And then, after a week, a friend of mine called Sabah Khan. I want you all to remember her name. Sabah Khan came to me and she said, "Do you know what happened, Nurihan?" I told her, "What happened?" "Have you noticed that our teacher is no longer in the school?" I told her, "Yes, I've not seen him for over weeks." She told me the whole story. And I was absolutely shocked. He is one of our best teachers. Then Sabah said, "We need to do something." And she brought along 15 other girls. I told her, "Sabah, do you really think us, just 15 schoolgirls, can we make a difference? Saba laughed at me and she told me, you know, Nurihan, I'm going to tell you something a teacher once told me. I told her, what, Saba? She said, that teacher encouraged me to be like a certain type of animal. Can you guess the animal, Nurihan? I'm like, animal? Okay, lions. She said, no. I told her, bears. She said, no. Wolves? She said, no. Elephants? Again, no. Then I asked her, what, Saba, what type of animal? She said, mosquito. Mosquito? After all the animals I've given you lions, I've given you bears, wolves, elephants. You're giving me a tiny insect, mosquito? She told me, well, Nurihan, I'm going to give you a scenario, and you tell me what you think. I told her, okay, Saba, give me a scenario. She told me, imagine you are sitting, relaxing, enjoying in your room all by yourself and watching your favorite television show on the TV. And suddenly, an itsy-bitsy tiny little mosquito is buzzing around you. Can you feel its impact? I told her, Saba, can I feel its impact? I'm already itching. She told me, why, Nurihan? You're so tall and you're all alone in that big room. You really think just a few millimeters of a mosquito will affect your night? I told her it will be my life's mission in that night to address that mosquito very, very well. So she told me, so Nurihan, we need to become mosquitoes. We are 15 girls and we are only in school, but we can definitely make an impact. And that amazed me. And Saba was only 13 years old and she taught me a life lesson I will never forget. And that's exactly what we did. We all 15 girls, we didn't have a plethora of options, but we definitely chose an option that might make an impact. And that is writing a speech. We decided that the next day we're going to speak out to the school's assembly. And we all started writing our speeches and we all started making sure which words can make an impact. And after that, we finalized our speeches. Then when we got to decide who should speak, Saba said, Nurihan, you should speak. No, Saba, you're the one who did all the work. You should speak. She said, I might be a good organizer and I might be a great writer. But Nurihan, to be honest, I'm not that good of a speaker. And with your initiating style of communication and direct way of speaking, you can impact into the hearts of the students. So it is best if you say the speech, and you're not saying the speech for you, Nurihan, remember, you're saying that speech to help our favorite teacher. Don't forget that. That is your mission. And I felt I had to do that. That was actually my role. So the very next day, during the morning school assembly, I spoke to the conductor and I informed him that I'll be making a speech. And then when my turn came, I stood up and looked at the assembly very nervously. And then suddenly I saw the 15 girls coming out of the assembly and standing right behind me and giving me a thumbs up, telling me, go ahead, Nurihan, say that speech. And I did. And we said the speech. And it was embraced by a warm applause and everyone was very happy. And we made a speech talking about the teacher's respect, that no matter where you are, no matter if you're a student, if you're a teacher, if you're a parent, you need to respect your teachers. And that was understood from everyone. And the word got out about what happened to our teacher. Then a few weeks later, again, silence, which was not what we expected. And then we got disappointed. We said, maybe we should try another method. Maybe our speech wasn't working. And later that day, when we went outside, we saw a crowd filled with parents who had heard about the situation and what happened to the teacher. that they came running to the principal's office, begging for the principal to please give leave to the teacher and make it just a warning and not put a difficult punishment. And the principal listened, and he said, and he agreed to what the parents said and said, okay, we'll give them a warning, but we'll just give him a 2 weeks leave for things to cool down. And after 2 weeks, in the morning assembly, we came lurking from afar, seeing our favorite teacher back to school. So my message is, we might be small in a situation, as small as a mosquito, and we could not be seen, and we could not be heard, but we can definitely leave an impact as big as a dinosaur. So go ahead, everyone, and become mosquitoes. Thank you all. Back to you, Ashraf.
Thank you so much, Nurihan. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, I had no idea that mosquitoes had so much meaning. Wow. All right, thank you so much. Our next speaker is Ghada Al-Sha'rawi. Ghada has been in Toastmasters for, I believe, 7 years. She is currently the oldest member in this institution. However, she has the youngest heart. I thought I would just throw that in there. Okay. So Ghada's title is, they said, fail to plan, plan to fail. Fail to plan, plan to fail. So her evaluator is Amal Kamil. Amal, please give us what she will be doing today.
Good evening, everybody. I'm happy that I'm finally here today. I haven't been around for quite some time, but I'm very happy to be with you here. And I'm proud to be Ghada's evaluator today. As Ashraf said, she's one of the oldest members here and the most experienced, and we're always looking forward for her speeches. This is her first project in level 5 in the effective coaching pathway. The objective of her speech is to apply leadership and planning knowledge. Yeah. So they said, fail to plan, plan to fail. Let's listen to Ghada.
Thank you. Ashraf, am I able to share screen?
Yes.
I'm able to. Okay, great. Passion is power. That energy that takes you directly in front of your goal without effort. Or maybe we imagine that. But when we are in front of a big project, we need more than passion. We need another tools. They said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, today my project purpose is about how to use knowledge of leadership and planning to achieve project. And the first speech goal is about planning. I have a very nice story about planning. It's about 3 fishes. One day they heard the fisherman said that he would cast his net in the pond. So the first fish said, okay, I will go swimming down the river tonight. And the name of this fish, Plan Ahead. And she did that. The second fish was called Think Fast. She said, I think I don't have any problem. I can't have any solution like that. And the third fish said, I will wait and see, as my name is. On the second day, the fisherman caught the second and third fish. The second one, think quickly and got the solution. Pretend to be dead. So the fisherman threw it from the net. But the third one, now in a very, very nice place, in the fish market, ready to be eaten. From that story, we learn to plan ahead and we start our planning. And in my opinion, planning is the other face of leadership. Because if you need to set a successful plan to achieve your goal, you need to understand very well your resources, analyze your data, support your team, select a team with a skill and good qualification that suits your goal, and gives your team support and appreciation, and take that full package in the right way to reach your goal in the right time. Now I will share with you our plan and the steps of this plan. Okay. So the first step in our plan is to give the plan a title. So our project name was Cape Town Trip. Then we worked on PBTM. Do you know what is PBTM? P from purpose of the project. Our purpose of the project is sending 120 doctors to Cape Town in 5-star hotel. And the purpose of the project needs to be clear and easy and simple to all the stakeholders who involved in the project. Then B is budget, and our budget to be clear to the team too. Then T for time frame, the deadline, how to put the goal timed to be achieved. Then M stands for milestone, to take this big purpose into small steps with time frame. Then the next step is choosing.
Could you please reshare your screen because no one can see it?
Okay. You can see it now?
Now it is fine, yes. Okay. Thank you.
The teams. So we need 4 teams. The first team is the first team is the team who is responsible for operation and the communication between the hotel and client. The second team is accounting team who is responsible about finance. And the third team is marketing team who is responsible about branding and printings. The fourth team is the team who is responsible about registration. And every team has head, big goal, and then every head has his own members. So I will take, for example, the operation team. The operation team assign 3 people. The first member for visa. So his goal is visa, and he has 10 milestones. For every milestone, there is a deadline. So by achieving all that small milestone, we achieve the big goal. So now we finalize the plan. And the next step is to put it into action. Stay tuned for the next project to see what happened with our plan, and don't forget the methodology of the 3 fishes. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Ghada. All right, it is time to vote for your favorite speaker. So Zoom Master, Safa Abdel Ghaffar, please share with us the voting for today's meeting. Now, guys, I just want to remind you all that the speakers who spoke today from 5 to 7 minutes are members. They are members, they are not guests. Members have the ability to speak in front of this large audience. We now have 52 people logging in. So this is a very good way to practice in front of this large, huge audience. So again, if you want to become members, you can talk to Dina Abu Saif. Dina is listed in the participants for today's meeting. All right, 10 more seconds. Okay, 100% actually voted. That's amazing. That's very nice. All right, thank you. Let's end the pose. Perfection. All right, it is time for the table topic section. Are you guys ready? Yes? Are you guys asleep? Yes? All right, let us begin. So Rana, take it away. Are you here?
I'm here.
Amazing, go ahead.
Hi everyone. Let's start with our newest member, Noor Nahlawi. Noor?
Yes, Rana, hi.
Hi, I am a pharmacist too. High five.
Yes, we met in person, right?
Yes,
remember?
Yes, I remember. Choose a number from 1 to 6.
5.
What life lesson did you learn the hard way?
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening again. When I was younger, I didn't know which school I should attend. So I remember on the day that I graduated, I asked my mom, I want to make shampoos. Which school should I go to? And my mom said, pharmacy, the school of pharmacy. Of course, she wanted me to learn at one of the most prestigious schools in Egypt. So I decided to enter pharmacy, and it was really, really difficult for me because I was in an American diploma. I didn't study chemistry very well in high school, and it was really difficult for me. However, I passed the first year and I did fine. And I graduated from pharmacy, thinking that this was the hardest thing I would ever have to do in my life. However, when I got married and had kids, I had 3 boys. And believe me, the hardest thing I ever had to do in my whole life was raising children. My 3 boys were really a handful, and I don't think there's anything harder than having to raise 3 boys by yourself and listening to them argue and solving their problems. And I was experiencing being raised all over again by my children. So this is what I learned the hard way. Raising children is not easy. Back to you.
Choose someone for me, please. Choose someone from the participants.
Okay, I will choose someone new, a guest perhaps.
Yes.
Heidi, are you up for it? Would you like to participate and speak for 1 to 2 minutes?
Yes, but I don't know the topic to talk about.
Rana will tell you now.
Okay.
Hello, Heidi.
Hello.
Choose a number from 1 to 6, except for 5. You can choose it.
Okay, 6.
What are 3 things you look for in a good friend?
Okay. It's a presentation, 2 minutes, right?
Yes. Speak for you.
Okay. Okay. So growing up, I really didn't have the successful communication skills to forge or to nurture a friendship for more than 1 year or a couple of months. So, but I really cherish these three features in a friend. First one is that this friend is non-judgmental and always tries to look for the good in people. Second thing is that they are not loyal, but they can be there in hard times. You can find them in the hard times. The last one, and not the least, is that they never talk behind your back. They sustain, they refrain themselves from backbiting, even if both of you have gotten into a fight. And this is the three elements that really comprise a true friendship. So based on past experiences, people fall into holes, and nobody is perfect. We are expected to listen to our bad side, within ourselves. So there has to be reciprocal friendship. When a person commits a wrongdoing, the other one should pull him back into the right path. And that's all.
Thank you so much, Heidi. Choose someone for me, please.
Okay. Amr Abbas.
Amr, are you here?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Choose a number from 1 to 6, except for 5 and 6.
Okay. 3.
3. Okay. What is your most beloved childhood memory?
Oh. This is a very good question because childhood memories are stuck in my mind because whatever you did in your life or whatever you go in your life, the memories that stuck in your mind and live with you is the childhood memories. And the most memory stuck in my life is being raised with 3 more brothers, because those brothers are the most valuable blessing from God to me, because this memory, being the youngest, is a blessing from God, because this memory makes them the guide to me and the mentor, providing a guide or a help for every step I take for my life, providing me with what's good to do and what's bad to not to do. This is a very good memory, because being a one family is a blessing that not everybody have in his or her life. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Please choose someone for me.
I think Muhammad is raising his hand, so I will choose him. Higazi, right?
Muhammad Higazi? Or...
Muhammad?
Yes, you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Muhammad.
Hi.
Please choose the number from, you can choose 2 or 4 or 1.
Can I go for 2, please?
What are your favorite, very simple pleasures? It can be having a very lazy day at home. It can be anything.
Fellow Toastmasters, a week ago, something happened that made me realize how important it is to spend time with other people. Things we take all for granted, or at least I used to take it for granted. But at some point, you're going to have to say your goodbyes. And the people that you talk with, that you have a good time with, will not be there anymore. About a week ago, a colleague of ours decided that he would go through a process called youth euthanasia. I'm not sure if I mentioned the name correctly. And that is, he had cancer, and he decided that he would allow the doctors to end his life because he couldn't take the pain anymore. So he sent us a message on WhatsApp in the closed group that we have saying, I'm going to make the last journey on a Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. On Monday, the day before, I called him. And for me, it was one of the worst experiences in my life, talking to someone who you know exactly when he is going to die. On the one hand, it was great that I could say our goodbyes, and it was also great to have a closure because he wasn't very sad about it. He said he had achieved everything he wanted in life. But on the other hand, it was really hard to accept that everything comes to an end. One thing I take for granted is the time I spent with my friends, with my close ones, and I have realized that I should never take this for granted. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Muhammad, please choose someone for me.
Hashim.
Hashim, are you here?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. It's my second time to attend the Toastmaster sessions. So, what
choose
should
a
I?
number from 1 or 4.
1 or 4. Let's take 4.
Tell us about a decision you have made that you always remember and tell yourself that was a good decision I made.
Shifting from engineering to business. I had a hard time processing in engineering, so I decided to let me mention something came out of my mind now. I really prefer to when it comes to high school, after high school, many students they don't have to what is their favorite major or interest or passion. So I think a gap year will be preferred to know what is their passion. So I don't. That's it.
Thank you, Hesh.
Thank you.
Choose someone for me.
Okay. No, let me.
Hadiga, okay.
Hadiga, okay. Hadiga. Hadiga Alam.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, how are you? I'm missing you a
Fine.
long time.
What
Okay.
about you? Okay,
So-
this is the last question.
Yeah, I cannot choose anyone.
Yes.
Okay.
Talk about a day that you wish to relive with all of its details.
Oh, there are many. Thanks God, I'm very lucky.
The
I have
first
never
one that
actually-
came to your mind now.
Okay. Thank God I got a lot of lovely occasions and get together with all friends and family. But the most important day, I always leave even and memorize when get together with all of my family. Me and my husband were in UK My elder son was in Egypt for his study because he joined the college. My second son and Nurihan, they were in another, so we were in three continents. So, and luckily the day we all get together, it was just the day of Arafah, one day before Eid al-Adha. And it was very special day. I just remember this day, it changed all my day. I keep thanking God that we get together from around the world, and just the day in Arafah, a special day, and we also get together with a very lovely man. We all love him. So thank God, and thank you for the lovely question, and we miss you a lot. Thank you.
I missed you more.
Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you
Thank
all so much. Back to you, Ashraf.
Thank you so much, Rana. So let's have two more questions before we end the segment. So let me choose Zakaria. Okay, so Zakaria, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So let me ask you this. What obligation do you believe you have to your country?
Excuse me, the question is.
What obligation
Yes.
do you believe you have to your country?
Obligation, okay. Very interesting question. And I think this kind of question is for everyone, every young man, young girl, you know, because we all have a huge responsibility to deliver in our country. In my case, I think my obligation is to try to share love and try to share peace in my environment, because as we all know now, we deeply need more love and more peace around the world. And why love and peace? Because if we have love and peace in any country, and that we bring a lot of opportunity, that will bring sustainability, that will bring equity between the government and the people. And if I will try to do this, I know it is very hard to share love and peace between human beings, because we all want to do something different. We all think in a different way. But I will try to find a team with me. They can be friends, or people that believe my spirit or my vision to share love and peace.
Okay.
It is maybe okay.
Thank you, Zakaria.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes.
I just try. This is my first day, my first time.
No problem. Well done.
Okay, merci.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, merci.
Thank you. All right, last person. We have Nadine. So Nadine, let me ask you this. What American landmark, what American city would you like to visit, and why? Which American city would you like to visit, and why?
Okay, I guess California, because I like nature. Any place that includes a forest or a sea, a place in which a person feels connected to the universe at some point, or the mother nature. It helps the mental health to be in check at some point, and to feel like you're being born again at some point. You feel like you're energized, and you can express all of the feelings to people your friends and family, and you also can spend time with your friends and family in nature. I guess it's one of the best things you can enjoy your time with.
Nice. All right, thank you so much, Nadine. All right, that ends our table topic segment. Our Zoom master, please launch the voting for today's session. All right, the votes are going very well. We need another 13 votes in order to finish. Ooh, we almost have a tie. More people, vote. Oh no, we actually have a tie. That's not good. More people, vote now. It's not cool. Come on, two more people. Let's go. Yes. Okay, good. All right, that is enough for that. Thank you. And now we move on to the evaluations part of this meeting. This is a part where everyone is able to learn from the people who spoke today in order for all of us to develop as well. So our first speaker was Wala Othman, and her speech her evaluator was Temwa Gondwe. So Temwa, please give us your evaluations for Wala's speech.
Thank you very much. Again, Wala, that was an exceptional speech. I really enjoyed it, and I'm sure I'm speaking for many. I'll begin by congratulating you on the vocal range. The vocal range was excellent. I'm talking about the range, the intonations, the modulations. I think you went through those motions very well, including the stylistic variations. In terms of organization of your ideas, I really like the transition from the opening to the title. I think that transition was well made. I didn't know what you were going to talk about, but the way you transitioned to the title within your speech was something that I enjoyed. And then finally, the ending was powerful in terms of bringing a message of hope in a very subtle way, that left a very strong impression on all of us. One thing the speech would have benefited from, I think, was that when you got the low, more emotive parts of the speech, you could have just delayed it further, just a bit, in terms of giving it a pause that would help the listener to digest the severity of the issue that you have put across, so that we grapple it. So before we grappled it, that you had moved on to another idea. So perhaps that is something that you'd want to work on in the future. And then finally, also maybe to push the speech on to the next level. Mental health is a very complicated topic. You did well to take us to the point of diagnosis, to the point of what the problem was, but maybe you left us hanging in terms of where we could learn about the solutions, the cures, what can be done. Maybe there the speech would have benefited for more research, and maybe citing some of the more popular or respected reports in this particular area. Otherwise, thank you very much. It was really thoroughly enjoyed the speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Timo. Thank you so much. Our next evaluator is Dana Nashawati. Dana is visiting us from a Toastmasters club in Jordan. So Dana she will be evaluating Nurihan Abdelbari's speech. So go ahead, Dana.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Nurihan. Nurihan, I loved your speech. I thought it was a beautiful, heartfelt, and impactful, although given with soft words and soft way of talking, but it was very impactful. The way you started with a question, I love that. Nobody grabs people when a speech never grabs people like a story. So you told us about a story, and it's a personal story, so it was very touching. Your comfort level was very high, and you could tell because you were smiling all the time, and it was a relaxed smile. It wasn't a nervous, your body was relaxed. You met all of your objectives. You talked about impact and you talked about communication style. And before you uttered a certain word, any word, I was wondering, what is the speech about? So you got us wondering, mosquitoes, what is going to be? It's going to be about bites. It's going to be my skin started itching. And I remember the nights with the mosquitoes buzzing, but it wasn't about that. It was about a young lady who felt as small as a mosquito, but made a big difference in her teacher's life. So that was very, very intentional grabbing, and I loved that, just with the title. So when we communicated yesterday, you asked me to focus on one thing, and that's what I did for you. You asked me to focus on vocal variety, correct? Okay. And vocal variety, I'm gonna focus on the 4 Ps, the pace, the pitch, the power, and the pause. And let me start with the pace. So the pace is how fast we go. And your pace was excellent. It wasn't too slow and it wasn't too fast. But you might want to go slower at times and faster at times, depending on the story. Okay? And there were some situations where you could have done that, but I mean, this is something you can work on, going slower and going faster. The pitch, it's how high you go. So my voice is a very high pitched, and how low you go. You could have used that when you were talking with your friend Sabah. So you could have been a high pitch and she could have been a low pitch. So we could have known the difference. Although you've used it perfectly in your conversation with Sabah in terms of power. So you had a higher power when you were saying, no, a bear, no. So you were really good with the power. You could have used power with 2 incidents I was thinking of. You said the word furious. So you could have said it with more power, furious. And the very next day when the teacher was not there, you could have gone softly. The very next day, he was not there. This is something that you could have done. And the power of the pause, you perfected it after you asked the question. So I do that. I ask questions and then I go on. But you ask a question and you stopped and you gave people the chance to think about the answer. So that was excellent. All in all, excellent speech. You are a motivational speaker, although you're soft-spoken. I would say maybe to get more power, you can stand up next time and improve the frame of the camera. I would tell you to be by yourself when you're giving the speech, but I can't stop saying that I think it's a family member next to you, correct? Your dad? Hi. He was so proud of your speech and I was so happy. I mean, you wouldn't want someone to be in the frame, but he was so proud. And I was like, yes, I'm not going to say that. So all in all, great speech. And I hope the next one would be even better. I look forward to your more motivational speeches in the future.
Thank you so much, Dana, for that very thorough evaluation. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am sure she really benefited from it. All right, next up is Amal Kamel. Amal will be evaluating Ghada Ish-Sha'rawi's speech. So Amal, take it away.
All right, I'm back and I'm here to evaluate Ghada's speech. Knowledge is power. That's how she started, with a quote very well known, very well established, but she did get our attention. She's here, the very objective of this speech is to establish her leadership and planning skills, to show us a plan. And instead of just giving us a report on a plan, she just decided to go with a story. Fish and fishermen, and different styles of how to deal with a crisis. And that would make it stick. We will always remember which fish got in the market waiting to be put on a plate and which fish will get away with it with every crisis. So congratulations, Ghada. I just loved your speech. You made it look very beautiful. You made it sound easy to understand leadership and planning skills and how planning can save you. And then you moved on to the more technical part. When you put on the presentation, very clear presentation, telling us about the purpose, the budget, the milestones, the time frame, and how you planned the whole thing, and the team as well. So all that made us feel that you are very confident. And that was very, very clear in your posture. You were sitting there with your back very straight to make us know that you are confident and knowing every word that you're saying and understanding your plan very, very well. You made it very clear to us, even though you had this technical failure when we couldn't see your screen. Could you please mute yourself, whoever's, okay, thank you very much. When another technical failure, wow, the evaluator and the speaker. But that technical failure did not stop you. You were able to go on with your speech as if nothing happened. You just went on and explained it to us, and we were able to follow you even with this slight problem that happened. And this is something that can happen to many of us. It could happen every day. I was just given a speech last week, and my phone rang in front of a minister and ambassadors. And it did not matter because I'm a part of this Toastmasters club. Something wrong can happen and I can still go on. So congratulations, Ghada. This is something that I've learned from you. So I have to thank you for that because you handled it very well. And that's something that I've learned from you. Thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to more and more of your beautiful speeches. Thank you. Back to you, Ashraf.
Thank you so much, Amal. Amal had a conference in front of the Minister of Petroleum and as well as people from all around the world. I mean, she did a fantastic job. I mean, let's give her a round of applause just for that. Amazing job, Amal. I'm sure that you rocked it even though I wasn't there. I mean, you rock it all the time in Toastmasters, so why not rock it over there? And why not? So yeah, I'm sure you did.
It's because of Toastmasters that I was able to do that. So I have to thank you all, guys. You gave me the confidence that I could stand in front of ministers and ambassadors and have it on. I mean, they were giving me different things to do at the moment until the very last minute. They were changing things in the agenda of this ceremony, and I was able to do the whole thing without any problem, despite all the errors that's happened backstage. I was able to deliver. And everyone was happy and I got everybody's attention. So I have Toastmasters to thank for all that. So thank you all, guys.
Congratulations, Amal. Congratulations. All right, so it is time to vote for the best evaluator for today's session. So Zoom Master, please go ahead. All right, 30 more seconds. Okay, thank you. All right, it is now time for our reports. The reports, sir. So, the timer for today's meeting is Dina Abu Saif. Dina is a communications director at Snapology, which is a very cool name. Go ahead, Dina.
Thank you, Ashraf. Okay, so we did have a couple of people who should not have qualified for voting, but honestly, I mean, they did such a good job with their speeches and reports. I'm just going to throw it out there just because I have to as a timer, but let's just follow through on all the voting, okay? Wale, exactly at 7 minutes and 30 seconds on the dot. Nurihan's speech was a beautiful speech. It went a little bit beyond the maximum limit. You were around 8 minutes and 30 seconds, but you did such a phenomenal job that I would stick around for another 5 minutes and listen to you speak. So good job, Nurihan. Gheda, 6 minutes and 36 seconds. Good job delivering your speech within the allotted time. Now, as far as the table topic segment, Noor, 1 minute, 54 seconds. Good job. Heidi, 2 minutes on the dot. Amr, 1 minute, 20 seconds. Mohammed Higazi, 1 minute, 56 seconds. We have Heshim, he was a bit under time. He was around 50 seconds. Khadiga Alem, 1 minute, 26 seconds. I loved seeing you tonight. You have a beautiful smile and you're just so positive. So thank you so much for your wonderful speech. Zakaria, 1 minute and 50 seconds. And then we have finally Nadine. She was a bit below time at 43 seconds. Our evaluations, Timwa at exactly 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Dana's evaluation was awesome. It was a bit over time. It was around 3 minutes and 58 seconds, but I absolutely loved it. So good job. Amal, last but not least, as usual, awesome, very eloquent and transformative at exactly 3 minutes. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Dina. Our next reporter is the counter. So please welcome Noor Nahlawi.
Hello again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. We have a plethora of ahs and ers today. We have the Dina Abu Saif, 2 ahs. Ashraf, you have a lot of yanis today. 5, 8 yanis. It's my first time to hear you say yani as a filler word. Muhammad Higazi, 2 A's. Your filler word is a. Wala, you have 1 a. Nurihan, 0. Ghada, 0. Rana, 0. Heidi, 0. Amr Abbas, you have 6 A's. Hashim, you have 4. Mrs. Khadija, you have 3 A's. Zakaria, your filler word is a, and you have 15 A's. Tamwa, your filler word is and you have 3. Dana, you have 3 A's and 1 M. And Amal, I didn't put any A's or R's for you. Good job. That concludes my report. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. Now, filling in our grammarian all the way from the Netherlands, please welcome Mohammed Higazi. Go ahead, Mohammed.
Thank you, Ashraf. Fellow Toastmasters, let me tell you a few sentences that have got my attention. Now, some sentences were very beautiful that have got my attention. Some sentences I heard, I thought afterwards maybe they could be told in a slightly better way, but hey, guys, please do help me with this. Now, at the end of this segment, I'm also going to tell you who used the word of the day, plethora. let me begin with the speakers. Wala. Shed our skin and put someone else's. I found this a very beautiful sentence. We cannot shed our skin and put someone else's. However, there was one sentence I heard that says, it's a behavior we are planting in our kids. And I'm personally not sure if that's, I mean, we use that in Arabic, but I'm not sure if we would use, I thought myself, it's a behavior we instill in our kids, but is it also used in English? I'm not sure. Can anyone help me with this? Does anyone happen to know? Okay. But I would personally use something that we instill in our kids and not plant in our kids. Nurihan, after all the animals I have given you, I would say, after all the animals I mentioned, impact into the hearts of the students, I would say impact, yeah, the students, or begging for the principal, I would say begging the principal and not for the principal. But one sentence you said that I found very beautiful was, it will be my life's mission to address the mosquito. It was a nice one. Ghada Sharawi, I heard a sentence, yeah, something very, a slight thing. Responsible about registration, I would say responsible for the registration. And Temwa, a few sentences you said were very interesting. They caught my attention. Something like grasp the severity of the issue you have put across. Wow. Or something like you did well to take us on, or you left us hanging on this and this and that. That was very interesting. Now, let me end by telling you who has used the word of the day, plethora. Ashraf one time, Temwa one time, Wala one time, Nurihan one time, and Noor and Nahlawi one time. So there's no winner. But I've used it a few times, so I think I'm the winner. And this concludes my report for today. Thank you.
So how can we spell plethora?
Plethora.
Can you repeat that again?
Plethora.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Muhammad. So now it is time to announce the what's it called? The winners of today's meeting, today's roles. Miss Zoom Master, are you here? Okay. We want to share the certificates with the audience. So are you able to share your screen? Perfect. Like magic. All right. Before we open it, I want to do the drum rolls. Do drum rolls, please. Okay. I don't see anyone doing it. No one cares. Okay. Let's do it again. Rihan is the only one who. Okay.
No, I did it on the desk, but you couldn't hear it. Can you hear now?
All right. Go ahead. The Best Speaker Award goes to Wala Othman. Yay. Congratulations, Wala.
Well deserved.
Yes, I totally agree. Well done, Wala. Well done.
Thank you.
Even though she sent the speech title and the objectives exactly 30 minutes before this meeting. I will not forgive you. I will not forgive you. Okay. All right. The Best Table Topics Award goes to whatever. Drum roll. Go ahead. Muhammad Higazi. Congratulations, Muhammad. Now you have won 2 awards. I mean, I think we should take this one away from you since you already have one, but okay. Congratulations. Perfect. Congratulations, Muhammad. And now the Best Evaluation Award goes to anyone do it? much. Go ahead. Dana Nashwati. Congratulations, Dana, all the way from Jordan, our neighbors. Congratulations. Perfect. So Zoom Master, please share this with the people, or you guys, if you want me to send you the certificates, please message me. The Zoom Master will message me the certificates and I would message it to you. Okay? Perfect. All right. Perfect. Thank you guys so much for attending today's meeting. Again, you are able to become Toastmasters. Every single one of you is able to speak like the people who spoke today. All of us have a journey. None of us, all the speakers today, they're all amazing speakers. Every single one of the people who spoke today are incredible. They weren't born this way. They weren't this way before joining Toastmasters. Toastmasters helps you overcome the layers that we all have. We're like, someone told me this before, we're all like onions. We have layers that are placed in front, above us every single year that we grow as human beings. And the more that the layers, the more we have to peel off in order for us to truly shine. So this is a perfect place for all of us to truly become who we are, to try new things, to experiment, to maybe try to be funny, maybe try to be intelligent, maybe try to tell a good story. If you fail, that's fine. We all fail. This is why we are here. So thank you all so much for joining. Please contact Dina. Yes, Anud said, regarding membership, how can we contact Dina after the meeting? Please contact us on Facebook or WhatsApp, and we will message, we will give you Dina's contact email, and you can message her this way. This is the best way I think people can message Dina. All right? Thank you all so much, and let's take a group picture together. Please turn on your cameras. I don't see any cameras. Actually, I do, but I want more cameras. Perfect. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and cheese. Perfect. Perfect. Let's take one more, and let's make it as stupid as possible. Let's make people look at it and completely be disgusted. Okay? So let's make goofy faces and make weird looks and make what's it called? Run. I don't know what it's called in Arabic. Anyway, let's do it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and yes, that is very scary. Halloween pictures. Let's do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and cheese. Perfect. Perfect. Now I was almost going to eat. All right. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. All right.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everyone. See you next time.
Bye, Gina.
Good night. Bye.
Bye. See you next time.
Bye, Dina. Love you.
Thank you, Nuran, for inviting me.
Thank you, Dr. Ibrahim. Bye-bye. Thank you. Nice meeting you.